So, what's the purpose of life and why are we even here? That question is asked to me so often when people aren't happy with their life and they're frustrated with their options. A common spin-off of this question that I hear is, well, I'm going to die anyways. What difference does it make what I eat? Wellness warriors, I want you to understand that if you're asking that question, you're asking it because you're unhappy with your weight and you're frustrated with your options. The great news is that we don't need to stay in this state of mind. And as a matter of fact, if we answer the question well, not only will we improve our weight, improve our health, we will also improve our enjoyment of life. Often we're eating fun foods so we can feel happy. We get that dopamine hit, that serotonin, and other hormones that are released that help us to feel good. And for a little while, we get to focus on something else. This tasty thing that we're eating here, it's fun. But that positive is short lived because the thing we're eating finishes. It doesn't go on indefinitely. So then why do we do it? And it's because the alternative is sitting in our discomfort and unhappiness. So what are we unhappy about? Well, for many of the people watching this video, you might answer my weight. That's what I'm unhappy about. I don't like the way my body looks. So either I'm too heavy or I'm too thin. I don't feel attractive. I'm physically in pain. I'm unable to do the activities in my life that I would like to be doing. And it could be that you haven't lived your life really for years because you feel like this. It could be that your weight rose due to the crazy that we've been living for the last 2 years and all the people who have gotten ill and just not being able to be out and about, and your weight rose. Your life has been put on hold because this is unpleasant and uncomfortable and blocking you from doing what you would really like to be doing. Now, regardless of how I got here, if I now feel like I'm doomed, like nothing I'm going to do is going to change this situation, what difference does it make what I'm eating? I'm going to give up because I don't see the point of eating well. We want to get enjoyment out of life. And if we're not going to get enjoyment out of life, there's a question mark of why are we doing this? I often hear people say that food is supposed to taste good and that is one of the few pleasures that they have in life. And therefore, it's kind of the reason that, well, I can eat these fun foods because that's the pleasure that I'm getting. Well, as far as I want us to consider that food tastes good because it sustains us. We are wired, like our brain is wired, to push us towards certain activities that keep us healthy and able to do what we need to do for our species to move forward. We are pushed towards eating, like there's hard wiring in our brain that pushes us towards eating. We feel hungry. We eat food, that food alleviates the hunger, and then we get this positive connection. And that process happens regardless of how the food tastes. And I'm very positive in saying that because no matter where you live in the world, you are eating food. And yet the foods are very different. The cuisine in China is very different than the cuisine in Russia, which is very different than the cuisine in Canada. And yet, people in all three countries love eating, according to what I'm understand, right? And so why? Why is it that because it's normal for us to want to eat food. I want you to take note. If you were to have a child and feed that child only bland food, no spices, no nothing, just cook the meat and feed that kid that meat just that way, they will love it because it does what it's supposed to do. It builds their body, it fuels their body, and it stops that horrible pain in their stomach from being there. And so is it reality that food is supposed to taste good? Not really. But we're human and we're always innovating and we're always doing things. And some of these innovations were really great because it took us from eating raw food, which spoil quickly, which is not really great for our health, to eating cooked foods, which last longer, which is amazing for our health. But in our innovation, we keep innovating, and now we have flavors and we have food scientists who make things hyper palatable and amazing for us. But it's not amazing for us health wise. It might be amazing taste wise, but it's harming our health when the thing we're eating is very high in carbohydrate, which is what gives that dopamine rush, by the way. What's really frustrating is that we have learned to socialize around food, celebrate with food, and self-soothe with food. And these social norms have caused us to use food inappropriately. And when we use food inappropriately, so for entertainment and emotional support, rather than to fuel our body and build our body, we get into trouble because that food impacts our mental state. And that dopamine hit that we get from sugar and that serotonin and other feel good hormones that makes us feel calm and good and is a real feeling that impacts our future behavior and allows us to overeat, allows us to eat foods that are harming our health. And we see it's harming our health, but we can't stop eating it because it also causes chasing behavior. We lose our ability to control what we're eating, and we're eating what we see, we're eating what seems fun, and we're not able to put the food down. Even if we don't want to be eating it, we end up eating it anyway. What would happen if my attitude was actually, I'm alive, I want to feel good. I'm alive, I want to be healthy. I'm alive, I want to have fun. What would happen if that was my attitude? What's interesting is if I focus on what I want to do, physically do, some of these things actually involve having a healthy body. Playing with my children and my grandchildren, right? I need to be able to move around and do what I want with my body to do that. Going hiking and riding a bike, traveling. If I'm going to travel, I actually need to be able to engage the world for sometimes long periods of time because I'm not going to necessarily be able to sleep whenever I want. So I actually have to have energy to travel. I need energy to play with my kids and my grandkids and ride with them and do fun things with them. And I would need to be in a good emotional place if I want to babysit the grandkids, play with my kids, have interesting conversations with my spouse and my friends, go to parties and enjoy my time. My emotional state needs to be positive. If I actually take the time to think about what is it that I really want to do in life, is it really that all I want to do is sit and eat all the time? Or do I have other things that I would love to be engaging on a regular basis? And when I really stop and think about the things that I would like to be doing, overeating fun, garbage foods isn't helping me to accomplish those things. And all of a sudden, being physically healthy, having energy, being strong, those are the things that are actually going to let me do what I want to do and live the life that I want to live. Wellness Warriors, what life experiences do you still want to have that you need to have a nice, healthy body to engage with? Put that in the comments below. What are you using your body for right now? And could you be having a better time, more fun, an easier time doing those things if you were a little stronger, had a little more energy, had a bit more of an emotional positive going on? I want to know about it. Wellness Warriors, let's not give up on ourselves. Don't give up on your life or your chance to have fun with your family and your friends. Prioritize health over taste, because you know what? You actually need a healthy mind and body to truly enjoy your life. There's a video on the screen right here that's going to help you to put down your carb cravings and use your body to the fullest. Wellness Warriors, I'm always so happy that you come back. Everybody who's new, subscribe and ring that bell so that you can get on the road to health. Thank you for watching Mind Blowing Health and Wellness with Violet, and I really can't wait to talk to you guys again next week.